I wanted to be an NFL football player. We talked about that. Yeah, NFL football player for sure, 100%. What changed? The level of competition that I was facing day to day. That's the thing I like about football the most is the fact that as you progress from high school to college, your competition gets tougher. It's you versus me. It's one of those things where I've got to beat you or get beat, and it gives me an adrenaline rush just thinking about it. So yeah, that changed. I thought I was going to be in the NFL. Did not happen, but I miss it. Yeah, I miss it big time. It's not a requirement, but it is. You're probably going to be more trusted if you have a college degree going into this field. It's highly unlikely you're going to get anyone to trust you without a college degree, unless you're just a guy that goes out and gets after it and is kind of proven. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a show-me world. So if you have a college degree, great. You showed you can graduate college, but what does that really mean in the big picture? You're still going to have to produce day to day. So yes, it's looked at in a good light, but no, you don't have to have it. If you don't know what you want to be,
should you go to college?
My best advice that I would say, if you don't know what you're going to do after college, I would say take a couple internships right out of high school, try some things out that you think you're interested in. What happens is a lot of the time you'll find out like, hey, I really thought I wanted to be a doctor. Well, take an internship at a hospital, follow a doctor around. If you have a friend who's a dad who's a doctor, follow him around, see if you can come up to the office, do anything for him at the office, whether that's, handling paperwork or whatever. Get some real life experience doing that before you spend $60,000, $70,000 into an education just to come to find out that's not what you want to do. A lot. My industry, it's marketing, so with social media taking over and Facebook taking off, Instagram taking off, all these different things that have kind of changed the landscape of marketing, not only for athletes but for businesses and individuals. It's completely changed the way that we do things, and a lot of people still haven't even caught up to it. There'd probably be a few things that I would do differently. But at the same time, everything that I did kind of led me to where I am today. So I'm able to look back on it. And I use a lot of the mistakes that I made, even in business or school or whatever it might have been. I use that as motivation to kind of keep working harder. So I would say, looking back on it, if I could, definitely go back and make some better decisions. Or there's some decisions that I made in business that I regret, some opportunities that I missed out on. But when I think back about those, it just makes me mad that I made that mistake, and I just work harder. So I try to look at everything that way. The biggest influence of getting me where I am today. And I couldn't say one person necessarily. Had a lot of different people that have impacted my life along the way. So everything from my father. I have close friends who've helped me along the way. A guy named DJ Williams who's done a lot for me. A guy named Mark Lillibridge who's done a lot for me. Dan Saffron. So there's been a lot of different guys who have given me opportunities or helped create or open some doors for me. So couldn't say one person, but a collective circle of people. I did I don't have a mentor, but I did have a mentor. I actually worked for my mentor, and kind of came to the point where I had to say to myself, either A, I'm going to be your partner, or B, I'm going to go work for myself. So I chose B. Wake up, go to the gym, get it in, get to the office, follow up on any meetings that I need to follow up on, go to my meetings, meet with my partners, figure out what plan of attack we're really focused on for that week, scheduling more meetings, lunch, more meetings, and try to make as much money as possible.
Meetings.
Just being a hustler. That's it. Being a hustler. I can teach anybody anything, but you can't teach someone to be a hustler and to work hard. So I've always said this, like, I'm not looking for a certain degree. I'm not looking for anybody to come in and have anything on paper necessarily. I'm looking at the character and whether or not they're going to work hard, because at the end of the day, I can teach them what they need to know in this industry. College isn't going to teach that. So yeah, be a hustler.
Oh, what are your favorite podcasts to listen to?
Man, I don't have a lot of time to listen to podcasts, but I would say if I listen to anybody, it's Gary Vee. I listen to a lot of Gary Vee. Probably hear me say some things that sound like Gary Vee, so which is good, if anything. So yeah, I listen to Gary Vee when I can, and just try to soak up any knowledge that I can from that guy. Qualities and traits to be successful in this industry.
What do you need? Yeah.
Being able to just produce, and that's a quality that I can't really put a word on other than saying be a producer. Because at the end of the day, if you're not producing, if you can't make sales, if you can't bring in money, if you can't retain, bring in a client, if you can't, show up and produce whatever you're supposed to be producing, then whatever you're good at really doesn't matter. I mean, you got to have the clients. So, I would say just produce. Being a producer is the most important thing. People. Dealing with people who don't see eye to eye with me, or dealing with people who don't see the vision that I see, and I've had to cut some ties with people to in order to put myself in a position to succeed. So that's been it. Personalities. Other than that, nothing really. But you have to deal with personalities, or surround yourself with the people who have the type of personalities that you want to be around, that you can build a team around. So that's been my biggest thing. I've had to cut ties with a couple companies and a couple people in order to grow.
And how was growing up in Arkansas? How's that impacted the person you are today?
Man, I'd say growing up in Arkansas it's unique because it's a state that a lot of people outside of Arkansas don't think highly of. So it's one of those things where you kind of walk around with a chip on your shoulder all the time, especially when you get out of Arkansas, because everybody wants to know, hey, what's in Arkansas? I heard it's a bunch of cows and stuff. It's much more than that. And so having to prove yourself constantly and kind of carry that chip on your shoulder day to day, saying, look, I'm from Arkansas, but that doesn't mean that our companies here or our network here isn't up to par. So being able to just prove myself day to day, coming from Arkansas, it's something you got to do.